Hello, it is week 15, run 1. Week 15 is a cutback week, so actually there's only 3 runs this week. Tonight is a 10k, and then we've got 2 other runs of the week, which I think is like 7.5 miles and 8 miles. So not a big week this week, cutback week, give ourselves a bit of a rest and see how we get on. It is a lovely evening outside, nice sunshine, so I'm just going to enjoy this. As you can see, we've got vest and shorts on. I'm hoping that's what it's going to be like for the rest of the week, so that'll be lovely, and we'll see you later. Hello, so it's week 15, run 2. No idea how much you can hear this, it's super windy, so apologies. I probably won't get a lot of footage because 7.5 miles today, it's nice and sunny, super windy. But I've also got Sirius with me. Sirius. The Grand Prix on, and he hates sport, so I thought, well, I'll just bring him with me then. So that's what we're doing. God knows how long I'll take me with him. He's walked this far but never ran this far, but we'll be doing a lot of walking anyway, so we'll see how we get on. Hello, so it's week 15, run 3. We're only doing 3 runs this week because it's cutback week. I've kind of messed around with the week as far as what day I do the runs on and what quantity they are, but the 3 runs will still add up to the same mileage at the end of the week, just because life and things that needed to be done. But today we've gone from home and we're doing the same route we did the other week, where we're going down to Bardsey and a bit of a loop, which is 10 miles. And it is a lovely sunny day, a bit of a breeze, so it should be good. I brought extra water because it's hot, but yeah, see how we get on. So this week's video is going to be a lot shorter because we only had 3 runs and only one of them is really a long run, which I'm taking any sort of video on. The other 2 are just really short videos. So I thought, while we're on the cutback week and we have a bit of a shorter video, it might be worth spending some time remembering why I'm here doing this, why I'm raising the money, and what the money and awareness will do to help. So to start with, the reason we're here even doing the race in the first place is because I want to raise some money for the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, which is a really important charity and means a lot to me. So the reason this charity means a lot to me is because I am a survivor myself, and they helped me, and they helped me get through a really tough time, and along with them and the police and my friends and family, I don't think I would be the person I am today without them, and there's a lot of good things that they do. So basically, like I said, I'm a survivor. I'm not going to go through the story of what happened to me. But the reason it's really, really important for people that have been through things like that to contact places like the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre is that it's so important to get that help. Now, I know from experience that me saying that is really easy, because for years I didn't get help, and I regret that now, had I known what I know now, but that's how it is. The problem is, a lot of people like myself, when you've experienced something like that and you're having to live with it and you don't tell someone and no one knows, it's usually because you're ashamed and, quite frankly, you don't think you're worthy of help. At that point, you don't even see yourself as a victim. You don't even think of yourself in that term. As far as you're concerned, you're not a victim. It's your fault. You've brought it on yourself. It's a horrible thing. People will think you're disgusting. Yeah, and you don't even necessarily think you're worthy of help. And actually, by speaking to somebody like the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, it helps you realise that actually you are worthy of help, that it's not your fault, and that you are a victim. And although people don't want to feel like they're a victim, you need to feel like you're a victim to be able to move on to the next stage, because you can't accept that you're a victim. You can't accept that you need help and that you need to feel stronger in yourself. And that's what happened to me. I felt like I eventually came to realise that yes, I was a victim, which enabled me to get help and move on, and that I was worthy of help. So what I want is for people to, like myself, ooh, hang on, how do I get through here? So what I need is people to be able to feel like a victim, because although that's not a comfortable place to be, you need to feel like that victim to get to the next stage. So I've went from feeling less than a victim, worthless, not worthy of help, to feeling like a victim, being angry about it, being sad about it, all those emotions that you get about it, but not feeling guilty anymore, not feeling ashamed anymore, to then feeling like a survivor. So that's why we need to raise money and awareness, because we need more people to be able to move from feeling either less than a victim to a victim, or from a victim then to being a survivor and feeling strong. And that's what we need. So that's why I want to raise money and raise awareness. And the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre and companies like that, charities like that, can help with that. So that's why I'm here doing this today. I think it's slightly less windy here, so hopefully it won't be as bad. But basically, so the things that your donations are helping towards is things like enabling the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre to help people via email support service, via telephone line support service. There are ISVAs and CHISVAs, which is Independent Sexual Advice Advocacy Service, something like that. And the CHISVA one is the same thing but with child at the start, because they'll have specific ones that are trained to deal with children. And you get a specific person assigned to you to be your advisor, so that they can help you with anything. They can just be there to listen if you need someone to talk to. They can come to court with you if you have to go to court, and all things like that. They can support you with going to the police if that's what you want to do, but also be aware that if you don't want to go to the police, you don't have to. That's there is an separate service. You don't have to have both. So they have all of those things. They also offer counselling. So I think it's an 8-week course to start with that they would offer you, which can be extended slightly if needed. I think I ended up with about 10 sessions. There's various other things as well they do, like supporting people getting to court, giving them a care package to be able to go to court if they're going to have to give evidence. Supporting children with different ways of helping to explain what happened to them, because as you can imagine, a child will not necessarily have the vocabulary to be able to put across what it is that's happened to them. It's really difficult for children, so they have different ways of being able to help with that and to be able to help them work through it as well. Now I know on that subject that's really hard to talk about. We're talking about children here, but something I do want to point out, and something that I am trying to help raise awareness with, is people kind of go, oh, I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to talk about it, it's awful, it's horrible, and it is. But we have to hear about it, we have to talk about it, because if we don't, less people come forward. Because this happens a lot. sexual offences in general, whether it's on children or adults, it happens way more than anybody would like to admit. And the problem is, if you constantly have that message of, oh, this is too horrible, I can't talk about it, people don't feel like they can talk about it. As an adult, you can't tell anybody, you can't tell your friends, you can't tell your family because they'll think you're disgusting. As a child, they'll think, oh God, my mum or whoever, trusted adult, has always said these things are so horrible. How can that child possibly tell them? Because A, they struggle with the vocabulary in the first place, and B, they've been drilled into this message that it's this horrible, horrible thing, and rather than thinking it's a horrible thing, I must say something because it's happening to me, they'll be thinking it's a horrible thing, I can't say something because then they'll hate me. So we have to get round this fear of talking about it, because it needs to be spoke about, and it needs to be out there so that people feel more comfortable coming forward. The more people that come forward, the less it can happen, and the more people are aware. I know that's really easy to see it on the other side of it, because having been on the side of not saying anything, I know how difficult that is. And if someone was to say to you, just talk up, you'd be like, don't be ridiculous, it's different, you don't understand. But we do need to talk about it more. But yeah, so some of those things are what the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre helps with. Not exclusively, there's others as well. If you feel unsafe, they also help you get alarms put in your house, different things like that. There's a whole host of different things they help with. And like I say, raising awareness is a big priority as well, just to help more people. But that is why we are running an ultra marathon. That's why I'm doing all these training runs. That's why I'm making these videos, and that's why we're raising money. So I thought it would be nice to put a little reminder in here at this point. So I know I've waffled on for quite a lot, but it's really important to remember why they're doing this. My why will be in my head on race day to help me get round. Like I said before, moving from feeling less than a victim to a survivor means that I now feel stronger in myself. And really, you do get to the point where some days, not all every day, but some days, you do feel like you can do anything, because why not? I've gone through some horrendous stuff. Why can't I do hard things? I can do hard things. I've already gone through hard things. So that is just what we need to remember, and that is what I'll be thinking of on all my training runs and on race day. And that's what I want everybody else to think of as well. If you know anybody that's going through it, if you're going through it yourself. And let me just say something else, is if you're sat there thinking, I've never experienced anything like this in my life and I don't know anybody that has, you're wrong. You do. You might not have experienced it yourself, you probably would know that, but I will almost 99.9% guarantee every single person listening to this will know someone who has. Whether you realise it or not is a different matter, because they probably wouldn't have told you. You will know someone. The figures are that high. That is what I want you to remember. So if you have any spare money that you can donate to the Cambridge Rape Crisis Centre, or any Rape Crisis Centre, or Rape Crisis UK, or anything like that, my link will be in the description, but feel free to use your own if you need to. And please do, because it means a lot to so many people. I would really appreciate it, and every other survivor would as well. And thank you for listening to my waffle. We'll get on with the run now.